Hello, today I'll be going over A.3, which is polynomials and factoring. So here's what a polynomial function looks like. N could be any number, and you just want to make sure that you write the answer with decreasing degrees, and that's what standard form is. The degree of the terms decreases. So we're looking at the exponents of the variables, and we want to make sure that that decreases. So the degree is the highest power of the variable or variables if there are multiple variables. The leading coefficient is the coefficient in the first term when it's written in standard form. The constant term is the term with no variables, so it's just a number. Monomial is one term, so some examples are 2x, 3, negative 1/2 y squared, anything where it's just one thing by itself. A binomial has two terms, so some examples would be x plus 2 or 3y minus 5. And a trinomial has three terms. So some examples of that would be x squared plus x plus 1 or negative 3y to the fourth minus 5y squared plus 2. So there are three different plus or minus signs, or two different plus or minus signs, but three terms there. Okay, so in the first section, we want to write the polynomial in standard form, identify the degree and leading coefficient, and state whether the polynomial is a monomial, binomial, or trinomial. So in this first one, to write it in standard form, we want the highest power first. That's going to be y squared. So we have 25y squared. Next is going to be y, and the constant or the number is always going to be by itself at the end. Okay, the degree is the highest power, so that's 2. And the leading coefficient is the coefficient for the first term when it's written in standard form. So in this problem, it would be 25. And this is a trinomial because there are three terms. Next, we have negative x to the fifth y plus 2x squared y squared plus xy to the fourth. So this one's a little different because we have two variables right next to each other. So in order to find the degree, we're going to add the exponents. So in the first one, the exponent for x is 5 and the exponent for y is 1. So this has a degree of 6. In the next term, we have exponents of 2 for x and y, so the degree is 4. And for the last one, the degree for x is 1 and the degree for y is 4. So we're going to use these sums in order to determine how to write this in standard form. So the biggest degree is 6, so negative x to the fifth y is going to come first. Next is 5, so we're going to add xy to the fourth, and the last one is 2x squared y squared. So the degree is 6. The leading coefficient, since there's a negative sign, that means it's negative 1. If there was no negative sign and it was just x to the fifth y, then the leading coefficient would be positive 1. So if there's no number there, just assume there's a 1. And this is a trinomial because there are three terms. Okay, next we want to perform the operation and write the result in standard form. So what we want to do is combine like terms. In this problem, we're going to first distribute the negative sign. So we get 2x squared plus 1 minus x squared plus 2x minus 1. And then we're going to combine like terms and write the answer in standard form. So that means we want to start with the highest power. So in this problem, the highest power or the degree is going to be 2. And we have 2x squared minus x squared, which is x squared. And then we have 2x. And we have the constants 1 minus 1, which is going to be 0. So we don't have to write anything for that. Okay, next one we are multiplying or distributing, so we're just going to distribute y squared to everything. So we get 4y to the fourth plus 2y cubed minus 3y squared. And we can't combine any like terms, so this is going to be the final answer. Okay, here are the special cases for factoring and multiplying. The first one is difference of two squares. So a plus b times a minus b is going to equal a squared minus b squared. For perfect square trinomials, there are two different equations depending on the sign in the middle. So if it's a plus b squared, this will multiply to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. And if it's a minus, then it's going to be a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. Okay, next is the equations for cube of a binomial. So a plus b cubed is going to be a cubed plus 3a squared b plus 3ab squared plus b cubed. If you remember Pascal's triangle and how to do that, that's where the 3 comes from. And if it's a minus b cubed, then it's a cubed minus 3a squared b plus 3ab squared minus b cubed. And the last two are the sum or difference of two cubes. So what you want to use is SOAP. So if you have a cubed plus b cubed, that's going to factor into a plus b times a squared minus ab plus b squared. So SOAP stands for same, opposite, and always positive. So in this first one, the sum, we have a plus in the middle. So in the first one, we're going to have a plus. That's for same. Next, the sign will be negative. That's the opposite. And the last one is always positive. So that's how you can remember the sign for sum of two cubes and difference of two cubes. Okay, here is the equation for difference of two cubes. A cubed minus b cubed equals a minus b times a squared plus ab plus b squared. So again, you have the same and then the opposite, and the last one is always positive. Okay, so here we're going to multiply. So for number 5, this is a difference of two squares. So a is going to be the first term, which is 4x, and b is going to be 5y. So the equation we can plug this into is a squared minus b squared. So that'll be 4x squared minus 5y squared, which will multiply to 16x squared minus 25y squared. Okay, next one, this is a cube of a binomial. So in this one, a is going to be the first term, which is 3x, and b is going to be 2y. And I'm using the equation where there's a minus sign. So the equation is a minus b cubed equals a cubed minus 3a squared b plus 3ab squared minus b cubed. And I'm going to plug in a and b into this equation. So we get 3x cubed minus 3 times 3x squared times 2y plus 3 times 3x times 2y squared minus 2y cubed. And now we want to multiply this out, so I'm going to start with the exponents. So 3x cubed is 27x cubed minus 3 times 3x squared is 9x squared. And 2y squared is 4y squared. And 2y cubed is going to be 8y cubed. Okay, and then next we'll want to multiply things together. So this will be 27x cubed minus 54x squared y plus 36xy squared minus 8y cubed. And we can't combine any like terms, so this is going to be our final answer. Okay, Next one, this one is actually not any of the special products. This one we just have to distribute multiple times. So we want to multiply 2x squared into everything in the second parentheses. So that's going to be, 2x to the fourth plus 6x cubed plus 4x squared. And then we want to distribute the negative x to everything. Okay, and we get negative x cubed minus 3x squared minus 2x. And then last, we want to multiply 4 to everything in the second parentheses. So we get 4x squared plus 12x plus 8. Okay, so now we want to look for like terms that we can combine, and we want to make sure we write our answer in standard form. So the highest degree is 4, and there's only x to the fourth, so we're going to start with 2x to the fourth. Next, we're going to look for cubes. So here is 6x cubed, and there's also a minus x cubed. So that's going to be 5 plus 5x cubed. Next, we're going to look for squared. So we have 4x squared minus 3x squared plus 4x squared. So that's going to be 5x squared. And next, we're going to look for x's. So negative 2x plus 12x, that's going to be 10x. And then we have our number, or our constant, which is 8. Okay, last one. So we have, if you notice, these two are the same and these two are the same. So the only difference in this problem is the minus and the plus sign. So we can actually use difference of two squares. So for this problem, A is going to be x minus 3y and B is going to be z. And we want to plug this into a squared minus b squared. So that becomes x minus 3y squared minus z squared. And now to multiply this part out, this is actually a perfect square trinomial. So the equation is a minus b squared equals a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. In this problem, a is going to be x and b is going to be 3y. So that becomes x squared minus 2 times x times 3y plus 3y squared. And that means that this part will multiply out to x squared minus 6xy plus 9y squared. So that part in purple and pink, that's just if you need to see where x squared minus 6xy plus 9y squared came from. Okay, and then we have minus z at the end. And we can't combine, minus z squared. We can't combine any terms, and all of the degrees are 2. So when multiple terms have the same degree, then you want to write this in alphabetical order. So x's come first, then y, then z. So this will be our final answer. Okay, I'm just going to rewrite it without the highlight.